What up, though? We've got the hot takes, bold picks, and some teams that might surprise you. This is Swoosh Society, and you're watching the WNBA Power Rankings that actually matter. Drop a like if you're repping the W, and hit subscribe to join the squad. Coming in at number 13, we've got the Connecticut Sun. And, there was no hope in the preseason. We kind of knew it was going to be beef when they wouldn't trade Marina. The regular season so far has been an absolute flop. It's not looking good. Sometimes they're fun. I'm not going to lie. They shoot a lot of threes. Most of the time they miss a lot of threes. But when they're hitting them, absolutely fun to watch. Sanaya has been dogging it. Pretty good rookie campaign so far. She could give more, but, obviously still learning. Morrow, she's not looking like she's keeping up with her peers in her position, her draft class. They seem to be running laps around her. She doesn't get the minutes. She doesn't get the time. Maybe that's a part of the reason, but she also doesn't look that great when she's out there, to be absolutely honest. To be real, the best thing, absolute best thing about the Connecticut Sun, hands down, is Marina's TikTok. Come on, let's keep it real. Like, it's the absolute best thing. Her and Sanaya, when they get together, it's a clown fest. We love it. But on that court, it just doesn't translate to any kind of dubs. To keep it real, they need to trade Marina, man. They have no future. She's not going to be on the team in the future. It's cool to see them get along. It's cool to see her with the Rooks, being the vet, leading them and everything. But the truth of the matter is, if you're the Connecticut Sun, you absolutely have to be thinking about the future, thinking about what's going to be best for the team, best for them to learn. Just like I was saying earlier, Merle not getting the time. She needs more time. I mean, she is a rookie. Y'all not winning. Why is she not playing more? I don't care how she's producing. She needs to go out there and learn in real time. So I don't know. Number 13, Connecticut Sun, and they will probably be that way the entire season. But get on the TikToks. It's fun. Coming in at number 12, we have the Chicago Sky. I mean, honestly, they could get 13 if it wasn't for how bad Connecticut was. I mean, we all love the Bayou Barbie. Let's keep it real. The internet-ish, not real. In real life, you love somebody who is giving you the effort that she does, the double-doubles. And let's not forget the Brazilian Barbie. Come on, Camila Cardoso. They're the only bright spots on this team. Like, literally only. Like, they're the only thing to look forward to. Unlike with the Connecticut Sun, sometimes they have these, sparks of offense. It looks good. It flows. You could kind of see what they're trying to do. I never know what Chicago is doing. And I know the players have to be just as confused if I'm watching the game and I can't ever figure out what are they running, what are they trying to do, who is their focal point, who are they running the offensive through. It's honestly a hard watch most games. The Chicago Sky are just not even that entertaining. They desperately need guard play. Desperately. Like I said, it's Angel Reese, Camila Cardoso. That's it. And it shows with the things that they are good at. Second chance points, top 3 in the league, points in the paint, top 4 in the league, and rebounds per game. Of course, they got the beast, Bayou Barbie. So she's snatching almost 12 boards a game. So it's like that's exactly where the positives are. But honestly, when you watch them, it's almost like if we probably actually got to watch the Titanic sink. It's just too many holes to fill in this sinking ship. And without the bright spots, it really doesn't seem like any hope anywhere else. Not on the bench, not with the staff, not the front office. And especially if they don't make a trade now, soon, especially before the deadline for a guard. They just have to get a point guard. They have to get that. Right now, all roads lead to nowhere in Chi-Town. And it's kind of sad because they are just wasting two very good players' time. Dallas Wings. They easily could have been hit or miss too. But when you watch them and things are clicking, they're really clicking. The offense is not horrible. It's just not consistent. The defense, on the other hand, less to be desired, just like the other two teams in the bottom. It's pretty much going to be a theme here. If you're not a good team, you don't play good defense. It's pretty cut and dry that way. But they got Paige, and that's their biggest bright spot because the more they give her the rock, the more they let her control the game, set the flow, set the tempo, set the pace, the better they get. This is why the offense is clicking. But then at other times, people that seem to maybe have not settled into their roles start jacking up shots, and that's when it gets bad. But they have a lot of positives to look forward to. You know, top 3 in rebounds per game, top 4 in blocks per game. And again, like I said, the offense, it looks good. It clicks a lot of times. When it's flowing, it's flowing. They can get on runs. But they just don't guard a soul, yo. Like, almost at no position do they bother to even play defense. Like, they don't guard anyone. And you could run amok. And basketball is a game of runs. We know that. So if they're not going to guard anybody, they think they're going to outrun everybody, shoot everybody. That's just not going to happen. They really need to make a trade for another ball handler, somebody that's going to be like 3 and D and lock in into their role, or some folks got to start buying in. But we got number 11, Dallas Wings. Coming in at number 10 is the LA Sparks. Cracking our top 10, which doesn't mean much because you probably still not making the playoffs in this position. But, hey, top 10. So, the Sparks, they kind of like the Dallas Wings. Similar team makeup. You know, you got one kind of guard. But I just think they have actually a lot more pieces, especially offensively, which is why they're kind of in the middle of the pack with offensive efficiency. But, again, like all the other teams in the bottom, terrible at defense. They're not really guarding anybody. Now, if Kim was there, I definitely feel like that would be a lot different. She would shore up that middle easily. So that will change for them in the future. But for right now, they're not really the greatest at defense. But at the same time, though, they take away the ball because they top 5 in the league at steals per game. So it's kind of crazy. And they're top 5 at points in the paint. But I think a lot of that is Plum, driving to the hole. They don't utilize their pieces well, kind of similar as to where Dallas flows in and out of their offensive flow. So does LA. Sometimes, man, you'll catch them, you feel like they could put up 100 a game. Other times, you feel like they struggle to get 70. It just is what it is with them. They kind of just don't know what you're going to get. Like, it's literally like opening some kind of like surprise gift. Like, because you don't know which Kelsey Plum is going to show up either. And maybe that's a part of the issue of why they're not like consistently doing things. Their leader is not quite consistent on things either, bringing that same offensive threat every night. And, of course, you can say maybe you're just not on offensively, but that's definitely just not what it is. It's really they don't have any defense. The offense comes much more than the defense. It's just no D. They're bad. They definitely need to lock in. But it's kind of hard to tell what the problem is by just watching them other than no defensive effort. So, number 10, LA Sparks. Coming in at number 9, we've got the Washington Mystics. Now, this is probably the first team on our list that probably will be fighting for a playoff spot. They have a chance. They have a lot of positives. They're not so destitute, so bad. They can make what they have work this season, even though they really go as their rookies go. I mean, they have 2 phenomenal rookies that are definitely going to be in the race for Rookie of the Year. Sonya, Kiki, I mean, that's really the squad right there. I mean, they have other pieces, you know. Brittany is cool, definitely, but it's really those rookies that are really sending this team into another atmosphere. Defensively, I really feel like that's what keeps them in the game. That's what keeps them in every single game is they play decent enough defense most of the time. They board. They shoot a pretty high clip. I mean, they got some shooters. You know, 44% is pretty tight. They're killing it with points in the paint. And then they've had one of the highest scoring games in the season so far. So they can really put it up when they lock in. So it's really a matter of how fast their rookies really stop looking and playing like rookies for real. Like, they learn quickly, because as great as they are, they're still making some mistakes that are costing them games. But they're learning, and they're learning a nightmarishly fast pace. So they'll definitely probably make the playoffs. I feel like it. And they're going to be a nightmare for some team to deal with. An absolute nightmare. The Washington Mystics. By the end of the season and the playoffs roll around. Number 9. Coming in at number 8, we've got the Las Vegas Aces. Man, seeing them at 8 is, I mean, it's kind of a surprise. I think people thought, the Gold Mamba would fit in more seamlessly. It has not been a good fit so far. But I think that they'll figure it out. I mean, to be real, if they didn't have Asia Wilson, they're already right now with her at the bottom in offense, defense. They're just not really playing consistently, but they have Asia Wilson. And as long as they have her, they have a chance. Obviously, MVP, former, maybe again. Especially, I think, if she can turn this season around, man. I know we all look at Fee, and she is dogging it in Minnesota. But I think what Asia is kind of doing with less, it could give her a nod. I don't know, again, because she's already done it, man. Voters may have fatigue, but, I mean, she's just a beast, leading in every category that pretty much is. Dogging it on defense, dogging it on offense, number 2 scorer in the league, number 2 rebounder, number 1 in blocks, and number 3 in steals. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Again, that's why it's going to be hard to overlook her being MVP again, man. But the team has got to play better. They got to be more consistent on a night in, night out basis. They definitely need another scorer. They need somebody to get them buckets, man. And I don't know if, Jackie can, step up to the plate for that. But they need somebody else that can give them, a consistent 15 to 20, a night. Because Asia is literally doing everything. But at the same time, you don't want her to have to carry the load every single night. As incredible it is to see and watch, it's going to wear her down in the end. And, Marina need to get up off the Suns, Vegas. I'm just saying. Anyway, number 8, Las Vegas Aces.